Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Andrew, and I'm here to do, once again, my reaction to Jujutsu Kaisen, Manga Chapter 181. Also, to those who celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. But yeah, today we are going to be reacting to the most recent chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. It has been on break for 2 weeks, and is most likely, going to be on another break within the next 2 weeks along with the rest of Shonen Jump, if I believe. I could be wrong. Let me just take a quick look at Jujutsu Kaisen to see whether or not they're actually going to be on break before we actually start the discussion. Actually, no, it's not going to be on break. We're going to get a chapter next Sunday, which means that we're most likely going to have the break after that Sunday. So we're going to have 2 weeks of Jujutsu Kaisen, most likely before it goes on break once again for Golden Week, most likely than not. So yeah, let's just dive right into chapter 181 and see what is going on with Yuta. And weirdly enough, we're starting with a flashback. Also, they have the cover for Shonen Jump today. But yeah, we're getting the cover of this chapter. I have no idea what it is. It seems to be like an application of sorts. They're saying like, hey, that kid just now, I wonder if he brought in a manga submission. He's a foreigner. That's unusual. Is he really a foreigner? I mean, he has white-ish gray hair, but like, is he really a foreigner? As we get his name as Charles Bernard. Okay, yeah. Weekly Shonen Jump, Ikizawa. Okay, this is going to be wild, I can tell, just from this opening color page. Whoa! Oh, and we're going to a whole totally different area. The Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 181, Tokyo number 2 colony part 1. As we get like images of like the characters that we saw last chapter. We get the Sky Lady, she has pink hair. We get the Pompadour dude. He looks cool in his color scheme. Okay, so we're jumping to something new, I guess. I don't know. As we get, you've reaching your limit. I've seen it. What surpasses the horizon of sorcerers, cursed spirits, and strong fighters is overwhelming aggression that discards all else like a calamity. Okay, I have no idea what's going on, but we get this individual. He kind of reminds me of what I think Sukuna would look like. His face is like burned. He has an earring on, I think, his left ear. He has, or right ear, he has forearms. That's mainly it. Forearms! Benton! Oh yeah! Yeah, okay, I don't know why. But yeah, we're getting to see that he also has like 2 eyes or 3 eyes on one side of his face. So it could be someone that like becomes something similar to Sukuna. It may not necessarily be Sukuna himself, but we're probably going to get an explanation for this later. I don't know. I actually have no idea what's going on, but it's like, you're too soft, Okatsu, and I ain't praising you. Uro said the same thing, that there's no benefit to sparing an opponent's life. She was still alive. My blast must have been weaker after domain expansion. Okay, and this is coming from the other guy. Gosh, I forgot his name, but like it's coming from him. I could look up his name, but I'm not going to. But he's like, she kept bringing up, was it lover's quarrel? Something like that. Oh, that's coming from Okatsu. And it's like, stop acting like it's a pain. There's nothing I could have said to her, whether I'd say would just lead to violence, because I'm blessed. Oh. And you just have the dude who had the pompadours like, oh, really? I don't understand. Anyway, give me your points. Huh? Rule 10. Players may transfer a number of points to their choice, choosing to another player. It's like, oh, I see. Without that rule, you would have killed us. Huh? Maybe. Oh, man. Oh, God. It's just being very... Oh! I just looked over and I get to see a character that I actually care about. Anyway, be grateful to my comrade. Due to point transfers from Takako Uro and Ryu Ishigori, Yuta Okatsu now has 200. Dang! It includes 20 points by destroying Daharan and Kurorushi. Okay. Aww. And see that we have like a similar looking girl. I forgot her name, but she was the girl that had a crush on Gojo. Oh man. So yeah, I think we're going to a new area. Oh, we're at Shueisha. Oh my gosh, Shueisha. Wait, why are we? Oh yeah, it started off with Shonen Jump. I was about to say, why are we at Shueisha? I remember we started at the beginning of the chapter. What makes a manga creator? After all, they don't need a license. Is it experience in serialization? That's a bit harsh. Books on shelves? That's old-fashioned. Your Japanese is pretty good. Please sit in the chair. Actually, your Japanese is good. I'm Japanese. Well, I was born and raised in Japan, even though my parents are French. Oh, now you know how I feel. Oh, wow. This is interesting that we're addressing this type of topic because there's some issues with that. It's like, sorry, no worries. What an odd kid. Let's try to get along. Once you've read my manga, you'll see that this is the start of a long relationship. Sure, as we see. It's so weird to think about. We're reading a manga, or I'm reading a manga, and I'm reading a manga in a manga. Like, a page of it. It's like, hurry, Shogun, drive the tiger from the screen. What? Come, hurry! Okay, I lose. So weird. Also, cat girls. Technically a tiger girl, but cat girl, as we got the one dude. I think, no, we weren't introduced to him. We were introduced to the other dude at the beginning of the chapter. He's like, basing the story on old tales and classics is common, but that's not a bad thing. However, this is a little too geared towards adults. Common? For example, take the scene in which the Shogun gives the main character the impossible task of catching a tiger on the screen before it causes trouble night after night. The tiger is actually a girl with a tiger ears, and she has has charmed the main character, who instead of using this own wits, comes up with the same answer as in the anime Ikkyu-san. It's hard to grasp and requires too much context, but this is a shonen magazine, and then there's the gore. Is this comedy? Horror? The story isn't strong enough for mixing genres. I feel as this is like Gege commenting on Jujutsu Kaisen in itself. That may be controversial, but I think that's the case. It's just like, and the art is seriously lacking. Like, their fingers don't bend that much. Oh, yes, this is totally Gege, like, taking shots at himself. It's like, see, look at, oh, he broke his finger. Oh, gosh, this makes me think that Gege is like, it's just like, yeah! It's like, now it's like in my manga. If you need realistic art, then watch live action movies or stare at a photograph. Charles Bernard, Culling Game Player. This is pushing house. This is publishing house, right? So why do you recognize the impact and why don't you recognize the impact and passion you can't get from precise art? You're wasting my time. Security! Oh no. What exactly is a manga creator? As for the answer, do you know? Nope! Oh, as we get Kirara, not Kirara, but we get Hikari. Oh yeah, we're definitely going into a new art if we're going to have Hikari do this. Oh, and they're just going to be talking on a Ferris wheel. That was unexpected. I'm glad there's still electricity around here. I'm not. Who wants to ride a Ferris wheel with a dude? Well, you could have refused. Oh no. Oh, that's funny. As you have Hikari's like, I need to scope out this place in case I ever bring a babe. And you just have Bernard. I'm just gonna call him Bernard. I'm amazed. You actually think Tokyo will recover from this? We're exact opposites. I came to gaze upon the end of all. Ever since cursed spirits fled at Tokyo, there hasn't been many outlets for manga. Creators and editors are just giving up. But I respected and loved many creators and their works. Oh no. Anyway, I need to ask you a favor. Give me a reason to fight. The reason for fighting in the culling games are negative, but a battle manga needs to give readers something positive. Please, make me hate you so bad that I could kill you. You're a manga creator? Wait. Oh no. This just feels like Gege is just putting his expressions in the manga. It's like, I wouldn't read your manga if you begged me to. Your gloomy disposition might infect me. Quit your whining and fight me, you creepy otaku. Why would you say such a mean thing? What'd you say? I feel as if Bernard is just Gege's insert in this chapter. Okay. Alright, so pseudo review time. I thought this was an alright chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, it doesn't have really any action. It just has the wrap up for, like, what happened in the last chapter. Okayasu wins his fight. He gains the points. He has 200 points now, meaning that he can make 200 rules. We're going to probably address that a little bit later. We had a cameo from a character that I actually really enjoy in the story, but she seems to be very gloomy and probably has taken a whole bunch of lives, which is sad. And because we're now in the Tokyo #2, we're going to get an arc most likely revolving around Hikari and Kirara, wherever she may be, if she's here, and Panda's Panda's probably also here. But it's very cool that we're getting we're getting Bernard introduced. He's a mangaka. This entire chapter just feels like Gege like venting about like people criticizing his art style, criticizing his story, and like having an editor literally draw out the flaws of his story out there. And I'm like, you know what? He's not necessarily wrong, but I get what the point is being said, that this character just wants to create a manga the way that he wants to. He wants to express it in a way that he can, but that he knows the reasoning why he's here is to fight, but that he doesn't have any passion, similar to how the mangaka like right now and possibly mangaka in the real world are losing that passion. So he's trying to find a way to fight, here's where Hikari comes in, and from what we see, Hikari like spurs him on. So most likely we're going to see a fight between Hikari and Bernard next chapter, and we're probably going to get more understanding of Hikari's curse technique and whatever Bernard can use with his curse technique, his curse spirit, his fighting style. So this was pretty much just a setup chapter. It wasn't a bad setup chapter, but it was definitely a setup chapter mixed with the conclusion of the last arc. So yeah, I still did enjoy this chapter. Hopefully you enjoyed this chapter as well. And if you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more reactions for all our Jujutsu Kaisen from me every Sunday for the official release whenever they come out. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, do all this cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!